Man, Brian, it's been tough. A whole year we haven't had any comic conventions.
Well, Mark, I have news for you, buddy.
I mean, how do you get rid of all that stuff that's behind you? You got tons of stuff.
Hold on. I got big news. Big news.
All right. What do you got?
East of the River Comic Book and Collectibles Show is returning.
Oh, man.
June 27th from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's only $1 to get in. And they're going to be doing early bird at 8 a.m. for $3. This is like huge. We're coming back.
It's huge.
Yeah, but the craziest thing is this is going to be one of the biggest locations ever, the safest locations ever. Sports on 66. It's an indoor sports facility, so everybody has plenty of space.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that place. It has like a soccer field. It has a basketball court.
Yeah.
There's gonna be tons of space in there.
It's in East Hampton, Connecticut. We have flyers online. There's a Facebook page, an event page. You just type in East of the River Comic Book and Collectibles Show. You'll see it. Join it. It has all the information, all the updates from Scott Pellin, and he's actually looking for vendors right now.
And he's gonna have a lot of space for vendors, so get in there now if you got a chance.
Yes. So if you are interested in being a vendor or interested in going to the show, find us on Facebook at East of the River Comic Book Collectibles Show. Message Scott, and hopefully he'll get you a space. We'll keep everybody posted here weekly about how everything's going, and we hope to see you at the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geekonomics Podcast, the special cat edition. Cat on the screen.
He was waiting.
Cat. He was waiting. He sat there right next to the monitor, waiting, knowing he's going to be on the show. So, special guest is
Fidget the cat.
Fidget the midget.
He's going to be a year old this year.
Ah, he's an old man. Get a job.
Yeah, he's an old man.
Contribute to the household, you lazy bum.
Nope. Free room and board.
Freeloader. He's a freeloader, that thing.
Yeah.
So, we're here to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series finale? Season finale?
There was a quote saying there could be a potential series 2. Now, this is coming from Disney.
Yeah.
I think maybe... What the heck happened? Okay, cut that out. Dude, my cat just saw something and just fucking flipped. Dude, there's nothing there. It's like he just saw a ghost or something. He scared me. I looked up like I was expecting to see like someone standing in my kitchen. There's no one there.
Oh, well, there you go.
Whew, okay.
House is haunted.
All right, start over. There was a quote from Disney this week that there could be a potential season 2 way down the road, which is cool because I could buy that. Like after a couple films.
Yeah. The way they set up this season, the way they ended this series, you can definitely see there's plenty of stories in the air that they could play off of.
Well, to jump right into it, I mean, they could tackle the Carter stuff, how she is now
power broker
in the U.S., the power broker, which is the worst kept secret. We knew this from the beginning.
Well, I mean, we knew it as the viewer.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is I think people need to start realizing is that just because we see it, the characters in the show don't see it. So it's not like I know people are like, oh, she's such a bad villain. She's the best villain because no one knows she's the villain.
Right. It was cool because I think the show tackled a lot of heavy material. And also, these shows are not about... Okay, on the surface level, you can watch WandaVision, you can watch this and say, surface, we have a bad guy and a good guy, yada, yada, yada. But it's a lot more than that. I mean, it's all about the journey.
And the trick, I think, with this one is that they did it in a way where they play off of the naivety of Falcon and Winter Soldier, of not being around for 5 years and coming back and just assuming the people that were there are going to be the same people that were there when they left.
Right.
Like Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
They basically, it's assumed she's still Agent 13 or whatever from when she left. When they left, they think she's the same person, but she's definitely changed, and now she's an evil villain. But I like the way that they're kind of like, I don't know if I'm the way they portrayed it in the show. They kind of flipped the two characters, like Agent Carter's or whatever Sharon Carter's character. It was usually like the good person, and now she's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then they kind of used Val as like, is she the bad guy or is she on the good side right now? Is she a good character and she helping Walker become U.S. agent?
I think Val's character is working with Nick Fury somehow.
Yeah.
And there's something going on in the background.
Yeah.
And we'll learn more about her in Black Widow. But I feel like for what I
again, my other thought is like, we know down the road Secret Invasion's coming.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Is she really her, or is she a Skrull?
No. Well, I don't know that. Nobody knows that. But
no one knows that. So that's the thing.
She did say things are about to get weird.
Yeah.
We don't need where we're headed.
We don't need
Captain America. We need a U.S. agent.
Yeah.
And his suit is black. So to me, it's this underground kind of covert operations, right? So I think we're on that path of Secret Invasion,
which we are.
Yeah. So to me, I think she's working with Nick Fury.
Yeah.
But on a low key term, and she's kind of the Nick Fury for these other kind of
like lower tier heroes.
Yeah, maybe anti-heroes or people who just don't fit into the mold of the Avengers, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think like Nick Fury has to get together a team that might be kind of off to the side doing their own thing while the other team is handling something else.
Like Secret Avengers.
Yeah.
That's I think it's what they're heading towards. Is they kind of have to have the onboard or like on like the visual Avengers who are like your Winter Soldier, Captain America, whoever else, like Doctor Strange, like those guys. And then I think that Fury's now like, after realizing it through the first wave of Avengers, like I need like a covert ops Avengers.
Yeah.
I need like a US agent. I need like other characters who are going to fly under the radar and be like ghost ops kind of characters that can go in, no one knows they're there, come back out. Like no big, don't make big scenes.
I agree.
Kind of looks like a Suicide Squad, but not as
crazy. Not as corny. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I feel like they're not disposable in that way. I think they're more because
like a covert ops kind of situation.
Yeah, covert ops. I think is the best way to put it. I think. And so there's more clarification about her role. U.S. agent becomes U.S. agent, which we knew was going to happen.
Which is kind of great. It was kind of great to see because I know we had talked about like, would Walker die? What would happen with that character?
Right, we didn't know.
It was great to see him kind of like redeemed, kind of.
Yeah, he helped in the battle. You know, he helped those people. Here, I'll say about Walker. He was great because you love to hate him. He was an asshole, but he had a hero's journey. He had to learn. He had to learn his place, and I think he realized that being Captain America is not his place.
Yeah, it's too much for him.
It's too much. Went to his head, became an ego. He's still got the ego because when he got US agent, he's like, "I'm back, baby, I'm back." Like, so he's got that in him, but I think they can use that.
Yeah,
because he's not afraid. I think they know what he's capable of doing now.
Well, it's like they always like. There's always that thing, or are you a hero or are you a sidekick, kind of thing. And I think he wants to help, but he's not a hero. He's a sidekick.
Yeah, I almost feel like he doesn't know what I don't think he realized what it means to be a hero until that final episode.
Yeah.
I feel like it was all ego, it was all braggadocious, it was all like I can do it. And then I think that last battle showed that that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
He's very all about him. But like I think they're gonna use that strength as USA. I think that's his strength is he's a solo guy.
Yeah. You know? I will say like the thing that like I know we'll hear from certain people in our group chat that start with an R and end with a Y, that like certain things were this way. And I kind of like understand one thing he'll say is like they kind of just jumped right into it. There was no like lead up to the end battle. There was no like everything was just put into place. Like Bucky was there, Agent Carter was there. Everything was just like they all had earpieces, everyone had communication, they had a plan all figured out.
But they knew what was happening.
Yeah, but I mean there was no like how'd they get to there kind of thing. Like the other episodes.
Do we need to know that? I don't think so.
No, I know, but it's like other episodes was a little bit more drawn out, and this one was just kind of right into the action.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, I mean, I'm happy we got the big action piece in the beginning and the heartfelt moments at the end. Because sometimes you get the heartfelt moments in the beginning and you forget about them because the big action piece happens at the end.
Yeah.
But for me, the heartfelt moments, like the action scene stuck with me. But when the new Captain America, Falcon, gives that speech, that stuck with me more than
I got like teary-eyed. It got me.
I get chills.
Yeah.
Like
he was very well done, and he's like I've mentioned it many times. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the Sam speech that he had to give to like become Captain America. Basically, like that was his like, this is what's gonna work. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
but I loved he got Redbird back. I love he got his little sidekicks. So now he's got the little jetpack. Situation.
But when he visits, is it Isaiah?
Isaiah at the end, yeah.
That was a memorable, moving part as well.
Yeah, when he took him to the museum and they see.
Yes, and he gave him the statue. I mean, to me, that's.
I mean, my only question that is, where do they get the measurements for the statue? Like, how do they know what he looked like back then? Like, how do they have his measurements and everything to make the statue? And how did he get that done so quickly?
You're overthinking
it. That's what I fully thought. In my head is like, wow, that's impressive. He only did that in like a week.
How did Wakanda get him a suit so quickly? I mean,
well, Wakandans
his wings just broke. I mean,
unless he had the Wakandans, like, well, they bought him new wings. It's different wings.
I know, but they got him. He got him like.
They had him sitting there for a while. They had him ready to go.
2-day shipping.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime that.
Yeah, they primed that shit right to his house.
Yeah.
I did like the part. I don't know if you saw it when Sam was doing his speech. They showed Torres, and he was in his little warehouse, like his little shop there, and they had the wings sitting on the table.
Yeah.
You know, he's working on the wings and getting them put together, and then they laid the groundwork for Patriot with the grandson of Isaiah, and he was like, "Oh, where are we going?" Like he was like, then he like got involved. So I think that's gonna be
He could
down the road
an Easter egg, or he could be someone who.
I think a down the road bring in. I think he might be like a New Warriors kind of like there is a one of those kind of stories.
I feel like his character right now is just there for fan service, and then we'll for diehards and maybe something. But for what I saw, though, to me, those are the memorable moments, not the fighting. Like the fighting is secondary, and I think these stories, to me anyway, are more dense and complex than just A, B, C. You know, like there's a layer of other things happening, and I think that's why I think they've done a good job, these both series, and I think this one landed well. I liked the end there. I thought the ending was great.
Yeah,
I have no complaints. I don't even really have any nitpicks, to be honest with you. I mean, granted, I just watched this 2 hours ago, but my initial reaction is I felt satisfied. I felt moved. And I like how things are in place for something in the future.
Mm.
The one part that was interesting, because I was like, what, is when Zemo, okay, you have the guard, they're putting the people in, the guard says it, and I'm like, oh, the cops are in on it too.
Yeah.
Fuck, these guys are coming back. And then you see the butler,
the butler did it.
And just like,
yeah, the butler did it.
Yeah. And then Zemo, he's in prison.
And he hears on the radio.
He hears on the radio. And he's just kind of like, well,
yep, solve that problem.
So
I mean, he doesn't know that Walker took the serum, but
yeah, I thought about what you said last week. You're right. They never did show it, but I have to assume he did.
Well, because he was like holding onto the truck, and he was fighting off the other superpowered guys.
Right.
Like, kind of just make you like assume that he's taking it.
After today's battle with everything, I think he's had to, because he was fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a human
holding. He got beat down on the ground and everything, and they were like hitting him with all that stuff, and
yeah,
totally. He fell off that tower and just got up.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of like,
he took it.
Yeah.
But so that would mean he would be currently the only one
besides Bucky. Yeah.
But nobody really knows.
Yeah.
It, really.
Yeah.
The one person is dead. His partner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll have to talk more on Monday. But overall, I mean,
I enjoyed the arc of the Flag Smashers too. The girl, I thought that was a great arc. Like, she like went, like, she thought she was doing right. She thought she was trying to help, and then she like went too far. She saw she went too far.
Kept going. She was a terrorist.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't. I think she was just she didn't see another way out, kind of thing. And then she had the whole thing with Sharon Carter's character.
Yeah.
And we found out that she's basically the one that unleashed her on the world, basically. So,
well, in the very beginning of the series, she blew up a building.
Yeah.
And then with people in it, and she was willing to kill people if need to be.
Yeah.
And you realize when she was just like, "We're going to kill the hostages if we need to."
Yeah.
Like, she was just becoming something I'm sure she didn't set out to be.
No, exactly. Yeah, she definitely was heading in the wrong direction. It would have just got worse and worse and worse. And then the French guy and all that, everything. And
yeah, I did like how Sam didn't fight her, and he always tries to talk them down. Like,
well, her especially, because he was like, he knew her reasoning for what she was doing,
right?
And he agreed with her opinion on it. But he just wasn't happy. He just didn't agree with the way she was going about it. And he knew that she could do it in a way where it wouldn't affect as bad as what it was affecting.
Yeah. I feel like Sam, he's such a great character like that. Like, he's trying to reach out and understand the other side before just going pure Batman on Superman for no reason.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, let's talk. Let's try to figure out why.
Let's come to an amicable solution instead of beating each other up.
Because
he doesn't have that. Because he also, think about, like, the thing with him is that he doesn't have, like he said, like, I'm not a super soldier. I don't have like that to fall back on. I can't just run in guns blazing and just be fine.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just a guy in a suit.
And well, he said in his speech too about, like, we can't be calling them terrorists and stuff because we're just what are they calling us?
Yeah. And, I did like the callbacks though when he first like came up and landed, and all the people are like, "Oh my gosh!" and they're like, "Hey, look, it's the Black Falcon."
Yes, I love the callback too. Like, no, that's Captain America.
That's Captain America.
Now that's funny because I was thinking, we got that scene. I was thinking about in the original Captain America, Bucky says that's Captain America way back in the day.
Yeah.
But we didn't get Bucky saying it. We got a gentleman on the street saying it, which I think worked perfectly. So I think that was a great callback to the original Captain America
movie.
even
just the kid that was on the street as he was walking on the street that early in the season too.
It was a twofer. It was a two callback. I mean, they called back the beginning of the series and they called back the first Avenger all in one scene. It was cool. And we knew you'd have his wings. I don't know why we doubt that. You wouldn't be called the Falcon if you didn't.
Yeah.
And I think it looked good. I like the suit.
No, that's the suit from the comic books, basically. So it's white, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks more like the comic book Falcon costume than it does anything, in my opinion. It looks very much like the original Falcon comic book costume.
Right. It's a good blend. It's taking the original color with the modern look. Yeah. Right. I think it was a good blend of those two.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really good. It was enjoyable. I'm glad it was only 6 episodes because I think it was.
Yeah, no, if any longer it would have got too much. I don't think it'd be too drawn out.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Now we have a month off.
Huh?
Now we have a month off.
Yeah. Loki. Yeah, Loki comes out in June, right? But what do you say right now, this episode, what do you say? 1 through 5, what do you think?
I'll give it, because it's the last one, so it gets bumped up a tiny bit. I'll give it a 5.
I give it a 5 too.
But a light 5, not like a hard 5. Like, it wasn't as good as the finale of WandaVision, but for this series, it was a good finale.
Yeah, I'm not going to compare it because it was.
No, I'm just saying it's not like I mean.
I mean, I'd say for me it was a hard 5 in the sense that for me it hit all the things I wanted.
Yeah.
Like last week was a 4, but it was a more subdued episode.
Yeah. I mean, it was like there's a couple of little things, like the scene, like when they get to the dock party and everyone's taking photos with Sam, and
that was cool. What was it, celebrating?
Yeah, it was very.
I love that. I love very
weird throw-in scene.
That was great. Like it felt good.
The scene of like Sam looking out over the water, and
that was so nice.
Yeah, it was just kind of.
I don't know. I personally,
I like Bucky holding the kids up. I'm like, come on, this is kind of getting. That was great.
You know what? It made me feel happy, right?
Well, that's what it was. It was like unlike most Marvel things, it was a happy ending. So
yeah, I mean, okay, so here you have a heavy subject matter. You have all these heavy subjects happening this whole series.
Yeah.
To see them celebrate at the end.
Well, the thing too is I did take away from it was the show itself was the story of 2 people who are friends with one person, who are really close with one person. That one person passes away, so to speak. And then those 2 friends find a way to become friends over their friendship with that one person.
Right. While struggling with their own lives.
With their own issues, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then find like kindred spirits in each other to become friends.
They should,
like they had in that scene that we're talking about in the dock, where Sam's looking over the water and Bucky comes up and hits him on the shoulder. I thought that was it was just, you get that they've made it. They become friends now. They're a team.
They understand each other.
Yeah, they're not just pushed together because of a situation. They're actually bonded together now.
Also, you think about it, like people are, Captain America should Captain America should not make an appearance because we got the new Captain America.
Yeah.
But in a weird way, Steve Rogers did make an appearance because it was ultimately him being friends with these 2.
Yeah.
That brought them together.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I think, I thought it was great. I don't know. It reminded me, the Ewoks, celebrating.
Yeah, the end, yeah.
Because
that was my thing of it too. It's like that kind of scene, but it also was like, the more I thought about it, it's like you think about it, Bucky is been friends with Cap for over 100 years, and then Sam just became friends with him in the last whatever amount of years,
when Sam, when
Cap
when
got
Steve
unfroze
woke up,
and he was So you can kind of see like the attachment for Bucky, the attachment for Falcon, and then like how they all come together. And like we talked about earlier with the scene with Isaiah and they're walking through the museum again.
Yeah.
And you got your Captain America fix there. You got the Steve Rogers fix because you see all the photos and everything and all that stuff.
I like going forward. We've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a new era in the MCU. We don't need to go back, all the time. So I think it was great. It was their story.
Yeah.
This is us, the MCU story.
Well, the thing is, like, I always keep thinking to myself too, is you gotta like also put into effect, as we mentioned earlier with the Val character, Julie Louise Dreyfus's character, was originally supposed to show up or is going to show up in Black Widow.
Yes.
Which is supposed to come out before this whole series comes out.
Yeah, we would have known who she was by.
Yeah. So, and there might have been other stuff in the movie that connects to the series, possibly. Who knows?
But that's next.
Yeah.
So it works out.
So it just works out the opposite way. It's the same thing because it was going to go Black Widow, Falcon Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, WandaVision. Like originally, that's what the plan was.
No, I think WandaVision was supposed to go before Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, flip those around. But yeah, so that's what the plan was. They were supposed to like all connect together. So we're kind of getting the stories, but not all the answers to the stories.
Which is fine. I love that.
Which is fine. So then this makes it a little more interesting to see those movies now as opposed to.
Also, I think, I think the whole problem with everybody wanting big cameos, the Luke Skywalker thing really...
Mandalorian just screwed everybody.
Because then people...
Mandalorian really messed it up for everybody. No one can top that.
And then I think if this if this had come out first, it would have tempered expectations. People would not have... it would have been very like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. Yeah. WandaVision would have come out. Then people would have been like, oh my God, Quicksilver's here. Oh my God. Like, because we already had those crazy thoughts, but we had that before.
Yeah.
People were like still on that train.
Because also originally too, that WandaVision was supposed to come out after Falcon Winter Soldier.
I know.
But Falcon was supposed to be the first Marvel show out.
But that would have tempered expectations. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. It would have led.
I don't think it would have tempered anything because people then just would have thought there'd been other characters would have showed up. They would have thought of other people that would have showed up in this.
You know what though? On Reddit,
you also got to realize too that Star Wars and the Marvel Universe are two different things. They're not all the same. Because they're on the same network doesn't mean they're the same thing.
That's what I said. But my favorite, like on Reddit, a lot of people in the Marvel Reddit board, every time someone puts out some rumor or some whatever, everybody just goes, "Don't boner yourself."
Yeah.
It's become a thing now because they're like, "I don't believe it. I don't want to get Ralph boner again," and that's become a saying online. They're like, you know what? I've been burnt by the boner. I don't want to go there again.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I mean, if we'd never had Mandalorian and the Luke Skywalker situation, the Ralph Boner thing would have been fine. No one would have been like angry about it. It'd been like, oh. It was all just a manifestation of her imagination.
Yeah, I think people still would have had.
But it wouldn't have been as bad, I think. It wouldn't have been as, people wouldn't have been as.
The Luke Skywalker thing really kind of like blew everyone's mind.
Yeah.
And then people were like, they're going to be doing this for everything.
Yeah, now we can do anyone can come in.
Like the final episode of the Mighty Duck Show. Emilio Estevez is going to. Luke Skywalker is going to show up. Or
Joshua Jackson's going to walk in.
Yeah.
Teach everyone how to triple deke.
Cobra Kai is going to intertwine with it, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is anybody watching that duck show?
I just started watching it last night, actually.
Is it good?
It's a kid's show.
Okay, I won't watch it.
It's made for kids.
I have no reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is.
If it was Cobra Kai-esque?
It kind of is. It kind of is. It's not as teenagey drama-y as Cobra Kai. Which I know you're not a fan of anymore.
What? I've never watched Cobra Kai.
You're sick of the teenagey drama stuff.
Well, I don't watch.
As you said about Invincible the other day.
That's a whole different show.
Yeah.
It's a whole different show.
It's It's very Disney sappy. I'll tell you that. It's more Disney than anything else.
Well, it's for kids. I mean, hey,
yeah,
that's
it's
great.
Disney. You know, everyone's together.
A whole new generation can have Mighty Ducks. That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Not for me, but that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, anything else we got to say about this? I think we'll say the rest.
I don't think so. I mean, we got like I said, a month until Loki. It's the next Marvel thing.
Yeah.
Got to fill our time with Bad Batch or Jupiter Rising or whatever that is. That Netflix show with Josh Duhamel.
I won't be watching that, but I'll watch the Bad Batch, and we have Invincible to talk about. So
yes, we'll have an Invincible show coming, and on Monday's show, we're gonna deep dive into Mortal Kombat. That's what I'm watching as soon as we get done with this.
I gotta watch it this weekend.
Yes, gonna get some Mortal Kombat action.
I'm so excited for Mortal Kombat.
I saw the first 7 minutes they posted online.
I haven't watched anything.
It's amazing.
Listen. Just give me what I want. I want blood, gore, and fatality.
Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Yeah. If this first 7 minutes has anything to say about anything, you're gonna get that and a lot more.
And then our friend that begins with an R ends with a Y would be like, I just want.
I don't like how they flipped the way the characters, like the good guy, bad guy thing.
I want deeper emotional connections to the people who die in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and also can like everyone's mom have the same first name.
Can Martha be everybody's name?
Yeah, everyone's Martha's name.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah. No,
anyway, let's wrap this up, Mark. We'll be back on Monday.
We'll be back Monday. Full show. We're going to do a whole season recap of Falcon Winter Soldier real quick, and then we're going to go deep dived into Mortal Kombat. Full review.
All right.
So stay tuned for all that. We'll see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.